Crowd knows my name. Cold hands, hot pulse, rubber on the line. Every lap a gamble, every turn a climb. Hold that line, don't blink now. Hear that roar coming up loud. One more breath, one more chase. We came to race. We came to race. We came to race. UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Edge to edge, we never quit. UIS, take the grid. Take the grid. UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Flag drops down, we live for this. UIS, take the grid. Take the grid. Bump, draft, pressure mirror, full of fire. Late break, clean moves, set the whole track on wire. Lap after lap, we carve out our fate. No room for second, no room for hate. Hold that line, don't blink now. Hear that roar coming up loud. One more breath, one more chase. We came to race. We came to race. We came to race. UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Edge to edge, we never quit. UIS, take the grid. Take the grid. UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Flag drops down, we live for this. UIS, take the grid. Take the grid. White knuckles, steel nerve. One shot, one curve. Past the noise, past the fear. UIS is here. UIS is here. UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Edge to edge, we never quit. UIS, take the grid. Take the UIS, take the grid. UIS, take the grid. Flag drops down, we live for this. UIS, take the grid. Take the grid.
Across the Mississippi River from the Gateway Arch, the UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series arrives at one of the most technical ovals on the schedule. Worldwide Technology Raceway is 1.25 miles of compromise, tight, heavily braked turns 1 and 2 at one end, with the flatter sweeping 3 and 4 at the other. Over 120 laps, drivers will have to manage their tires, execute on pit road, and find the perfect balance between patience and aggression. So glad you could join us here on Precision Entertainment. Marty Sakala alongside James Newton, DJ Lyon working in mission control. And James, we're 5 rounds in the books. We've got 4 different winners on the season, and now the championship battle rolls into the Gateway to the west. Who do you feel tonight can master two completely different ends of the racetrack and take control of round 6?
Well, I think we've got a handful of drivers that are going to really be going for it in the later stages. They'll probably be backing off early on to try to make it there. We've got the previous Prospect winner in Season 3, Zachary Trevino, Jacob Quill, another Cup Series Gateway winner as well from Season 5. And ones to watch, I'd say Christian Zarate had a decent time last time out in 5th. Tyler Helms as well led the most laps Monday night in trucks. So there's a very strong group of drivers who are going to be going for it.
Tonight we'll go 120 laps, as I mentioned, here around the mile-and-a-quarter circuit. Stage 1 set for 30 laps. The rest will be 90 laps. Field window about 30 to 36 laps, so expect a 3, maybe a 4-stop race, and drivers with 5 sets of tires, no quick repairs. So James, we are 5 races into the season, and last week we had a great show out at Nashville Super Speedway, and Finnegan Myers taking the checkered flag in that one.
Yeah, it was really a dogfight right till the very end there, and Myers able to get it done on a really, really good streak here at the moment, and really putting in some strong performances, especially at these tracks that are a lot about track position. Myers able to make up those spots when other drivers seemingly having some difficulty just naturally through the way either the banking happens or the way that you kind of get off the corner. And as you said earlier, right, this asymmetrical layout for this upcoming race is going to be one that drivers are really going to have to kind of pay attention to. How often am I downshifting, right? Braking, all these things are going to be really, really important when it comes to getting that pace over the long haul.
You kind of talked about some of the drivers to watch out for pretty closely. Let's talk about Zachary Trevino. This is a guy, like you mentioned, holds the track record, won Monday night in the trucks, was 4th last week. Also, more importantly, he's the only 2-time winner of the season, coming off back-to-back victories. His first one of the season came out at Circuit of the Americas, and that really led to that back-to-back setup he's had of wins this season.
Yeah, really, really intense battle there at the very end at COTA. And I don't expect anything different from Zachary Trevino, who we've seen so much of this season. And I'm really excited to see what they can put together. Again, it's going to be interesting because we have such a big stretch between all of the different stages. We have the starting grid right now.
That was COTA onto the Milwaukee Miles. We take a look at the starting lineup. Joshua Carey on pole position with a 31.422. The Wales native will have Finnegan Myers, last week's winner, to the outside in the 00. Row number 2, Hector Collazo in the 87 to the outside. Wyatt Thompson in the 2. And row 3, Logan Brink.
Tyler Helms in the 6th position alongside Logan Brink. Got Zachary Trevino in the 16 alongside the 99 of Christian Zarate, who ran very well in Cup Series last time out here. Asher Bunkley lines up 9th position next to Nicholas Martinez Jr. holding down the 10th spot. We've got Connor Belasco just outside the top 10 in 11th of the 98 Target Machine. Alongside them, Nicholas Rode in 12th. 13th belongs to Travis Prather in the number 8 Cheddar's Machine. The 96 of Jackson B. Brown lining up alongside in 14th. 15th is Joseph Enright from Canada. Axel Smith alongside in the 26 Pickle Machine in 16th. 17th, Jose Aguilar Lopez in the number 10. The 41 of Emerson Crawley lines up in 18th. 19th spot is Corey Lyles alongside Max Ford in 20th. Just outside the top 20, Carmelo Echevarria in the 23 lines up 21st. Maxwell Funderburk alongside in 22nd. 23rd belongs to William Johnson and Brady Schreckenghost in 24th. 25th is Jason W. Hall alongside Riley Ibanez in 26th. 27th is Aaron Kovnat. Calvin Harvey will line up alongside them in 28th. 29th is Joshua Gilbert in the number 9 machine. And that will round out our grid. So we're getting ready to have another round of the Cup Series underway. Drivers eagerly anticipating getting going there. We see Helms there in the number 7. Precision Speed Solutions car there. And now the 87 Red Bull machine loading in. So we'll hear the revs build here in just a moment, and the drivers will take off for their pace laps. And we spoke a little earlier about some of the past shenanigans of some of the drivers. Jacob Quill taking the Cup Series win back April of last year, Season 5. The Prospect Truck Series Gateway winners include Zachary Trevino, who we talked about. Trevino, by the way, holds the track record at a 33.422. That was, of course, last year in April when he got the win. And again, Christian Zarate, we saw a little bit further down for qualifying than we would normally see them. Now we see the pace car spring into life. Finnegan Myers leading the field out. Again, as Marty and I were getting warmed up into the booth here, we were speaking about the asymmetrical layout here at Worldwide Technology Center, or Gateway, as it's also known. So turns 1 and 2, significantly tighter than 3 and 4, but both sides of the track are very sharp, I guess you could say, in terms of how the profile of the corner is laid out. So you've got some seriously long straights. See the flagman eagerly anticipating the cars to make it around. So we're down the back straight here. No weaving at all, just complete focus. On board here with our pole sitter, the 35 of Carey, Finnegan Myers just to our right. Then it's Collazo, then Thompson, then Brink, then Helms, then Trevino, then Zarate, then Bunkley, then Martinez Jr., your current top 10. I imagine that's going to get all kinds of mixed up tonight. The question is, how mixed up will it get? Again, if you're just joining us in here, James Newton alongside Marty with Precision Speed Solutions. You're watching the Cup Series here on Precision Entertainment.
All right.
You have not missed a thing.
I am back.
And speaking of missing something, Marty, good to have you back.
Thank you. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Internet went down for like 2 minutes, but we are back as we're on the formation lap. 120 laps, stage break at lap 30, fuel window 30 to 36 laps. We're at a 4-stop race from the looks of it. 5 sets of tires in case the drivers need it. You can join us on Precision Entertainment for all the action, as we have 32 cages of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners that are set to do battle. Pace car set to make their way on to pit road. As we'll go 1 extra lap here until we take the green flag. I thought I saw the lights off on the iRacing pace car, but it's okay. We can wait a little longer.
They're teasing us here, Marty. I'm ready to go for this one.
The tension is palpable. We can say
Absolutely.
that. So let's set the scene here of Worldwide Technology Raceway. We kind of talked about it on our pre-race show, and you know, this is a track that's very different in both corners. Turns 1 and 2 tighter, requires heavier braking. Turns 3 and 4 broader, flatter, and really more of momentum based.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we've seen this in other series as well. Potentially dropping 2 gears versus 1. The drivers have the option of trying to run higher RPMs, which gives you more push out of the corner, but will use more fuel as the revs rise, causes the engine to turn more. And that can mess up if you're trying to save fuel, for example. As again, you said about 30 to 36, if the drivers are trying to stretch fuel, they may want to just drop 1 gear into turn 1 and 2. So we'll have to see if that adjusts as these gladiators fight it out.
Yeah, we'll go one more here. Once again, you know, when you think of this track, it could be a track that you could consider as like maybe Darlington without the banking. So because of this, drivers are going to be using the brakes a lot, and braking into turn 1 is going to be very important. Could be the toughest corner of this entire race as a whole when you're 2x2 going into a start or a restart and approaching turn 1.
It will be very, very interesting to see how they approach it. And speaking of which, we have our approach for upcoming broadcasts here. We've got Tuesday, June 16th, 8 o'clock, Cyber Thunder Rush at Talladega. And we have a handful of other things we'll be looking for. But right now we're going to be, oh, here we go, right back to it. So again, Wednesday, June 17th, the next day, Moonshiners Racing League going to be out there at Pocono. And of course, Saturday, June 20th, 9 p.m., same time, same channel, Universal iRacing Series at Atlanta, the Legacy.
Yes, the 2008 version when it was abrasive asphalt. Those good old days, nothing like it. So hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. All right, are we gonna go green this time? And we won't. So, exiting these corners, the forward drive off in turns 2 and 4, just as important as the corner entry.
Yeah, it can also be very easy as you're coming out of 2, again, opening up that corner without going into the wall too many times can be very, very different. So it really is going to be a case of just trying to make sure that you know where you are, right? Obviously 1 and 2 are different, but whenever you're trying to line it up for a move, you may have a different type of approach to 1 and, you know, using the wrong one, right? You know, the approach to 1 in 3 and the approach to 3 in 1, you can get that mixed up, then it really could spell disaster all the way down the straights.
Yeah, absolutely. And then tire management is also just as important with how heavy you're braking into the corners. You don't want to destroy that right front up too early.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I would suggest this is going to be more of a fuel game than a tire game. Obviously, I've been proven wrong in the past, but I think that try to make sure that you got the fuel you need to get to the stages is going to be right at the front of the driver's mind. And speaking of right at the front, a little bit of showboating going on here from this Mustang, the iRacing pace car. Really,
this is like
taking their 15 minutes.
This is like Richard Petty, like a decade ago. Remember at Darlington when he didn't want to leave the track, and the King wanted to stay on track.
Well, this is
and then
definitely
black flag him.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be the one to try to black flag Richard Petty, though. Oh, is there we see the updated graphic for the new official name of the event here.
At this rate, the pace car is going to lead the most laps to get the bonus points.
The lights are out, as you pointed out earlier, Marty. That does not seem to mean anything, because I believe at least twice we've come through with the lights out. So I've got my hand on my holster, but we'll see how this goes.
Fingers crossed, please, please. If not, somebody black flag that pace car for crying out loud. We're going. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It's about time we went green. We're glad you could join us. The UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series. Time to get it on. Showtime in St. Louis. Finnegan Myers pitting here, not sure if it's a pounding out. 4 wide though for the 3rd position though. At Worldwide Technology Raceway, Hector Collazo goes through up 3 for 1. They're beating and banging out for turn 4. Meanwhile, with all of that, Tyler Helms up 5 spots. He leads lap 1.
What a mega lap from Helms.
Caution. We got
we have somebody out of 2.
Maxwell Funderburg up on the wall. Same with Jose Lopez. A car around. That's Carmelo Echevarria. I will give them credit at least. I don't know how we got out of lap 1 without a yellow flag, so this is what caused everything. Watch Funderburg of the 97 as he gets some contact from behind. That's the 76.
Doesn't tag either driver as they head up the track.
Schreckengost.
Oh, so
I
close.
believe it is if I saw the driver name on the windshield right.
Funderburg had a black flag it showed on timing and scoring that is now cleared. So that was right at the restart. Funderburg had the black flag symbol. It has now been removed. And so a very exciting, maybe too exciting start there for the 97.
Oh, how about the start for Tyler Helms, though, in that 7 ride? Making gains early through the field. And this is a driver that, you know, we watch him throughout the entirety of UIS Speed Weeks, Universal Speed Weeks, and he looked to be a big contender to win the Universal 500, but still looking for that first win of the season instead. We saw the 4-wide situation. Drivers making some gains and losses early here. We've got Joshua Gilbert up 15 spots, taking advantage of that wreck. Jason Hall gained 10 spots. We mentioned Helms up 5. Logan Crowley up 7. Max Ford up 8. Just amongst the notables here, James.
Yeah, definitely. And now the one I'm looking at here, the 00, currently in 22nd. Myers down 20, obviously, after coming into the pits immediately. Myers got an incredible launch off of the line and was almost ahead of the rest of the field going in there. So obviously Helms, your leader at the moment. But yeah, Myers' launch, the whole outside line got a very, very good launch there. So again, Myers outside the top 20 at the moment. And yeah, very, very interesting restart there. If that's anything to go by, I'm going to the outside if we get to choose.
The lights are off here as we'll come to green next time by. And again, 30 laps here for stage 1, so drivers don't need to pit. Some drivers did pit to top off on fuel. Jose Lopez, Asher Bunkley, and Aaron Kovnat. Excuse me. Something to keep in mind as well, no quick repairs in the UIS Cup Series. So if you're in a wreck early, you could be done early.
Yeah, it definitely keeps you on your toes. There's no safety net when it comes to time.
Helms and Carey, row 1. Thompson and Collazo, row 2. Rick and Zarate, row 3. Martinez and Trevino, row 4. Brown and Blasco round out the top 10. So it's a long race. Go ahead.
I was just gonna point out, I was having a look at the top 10. I was thinking, well, who in the world's 11th? It's Max Ford up 9 spots. Joshua Gilbert up 16, as you said earlier on. But Max Ford making the kind of gains that I was expecting from Ford, but maybe not in a lap and a half. I wasn't expecting that. So again, very, very strong performance.
Back to the green flag here, lap 6. So it's Thompson and Carey side by side for second, while Helms held serve. Zarate stays at 4th. Martinez and Collazo, they round out their racing for the 5th position. It's a big side here into 3 by Collazo in the Red Bull 87. Nearly puts Zarate in a 3-wide sandwich there. It's Helms that continues to lead as we watch the side-by-side race for position number 5, Martinez and Collazo.
Extremely aggressive stuff here. Again, we saw 4 wide earlier. We saw a nice tame 3 wide going in there. Fastest lap of the race from Helms. And a big old wall strike. A little further back here. Now the 87 trying to have a look down the inside again, dropping a gear. Staying in fourth, looking for some good traction on the rear.
Alonso didn't get off to a good start. He started back in third, and I think he fell victim of that 4 wide situation, so he fell back a couple of spots, but now trying to regain up in that 5th position. Carry down low on both Zarate and try to poke his nose underneath the quarter panel of Thompson for a second. He tucks it back in line. Now look at Martinez. 3 wide down the back straight into turn 3. This could get interesting in a Red Bull sandwich.
Let's see who has to back out of this. Nobody wants to back out, and now they're 2 wide, 2 deep.
Oh, we got a slow one off of 4. Meanwhile, that's Ford in the 11. Going to keep his car going, though. No harm, no foul. But Ford in that 11 now down in 14th position after gaining a couple of spots early. Looked to be still off the pace off of 4 last lap.
Like somebody else down the inside there, the 96 coming into the pit road as well.
If that being
See,
Jackson
really
Brown. Did you watch this battle for 13th? So many big pack battles here at the moment. You're watching this race that Max Ford is dealing with. We're watching the race for 2nd still. Wyatt Thompson, here's the run. Meanwhile, Collazo for 3rd. He challenges Josh Carey for the spot off the corner. A great exit by the 87. Now he got a slight toe off of Thompson down the back straight. That'll help him out with his speed into the corner. Carey with a bonsai send up top, but very tight in the corner. This may cost him a spot at the same time here, James, to Trevino. Oh, what a big hit!
Here comes Trevino. Oh, and now Trevino sideways.
Oh, what a save he makes! He got lucky there and stayed with Carey.
Martinez gets through unscathed, somehow had to go all the way to the bottom of the racetrack on the exit.
Caution, caution. William Johnson, Nicholas Road, Maxwell Funderburg have both crashed in turn 1. This is the close call here first as you ride on board Trevino. It's just off the bumper of the 96. You see the 07 just comes down into Funderburg. Joseph Enright in the 07.
Some incredible car control here. There's at least 2 drivers who get, yeah, look at this. Able to save that, and then down low as well. 76 involved in that.
I talk about this over and over all the time. It starts to sound redundant, but I gotta tell you, the next gen cars are tougher to control than the Gen 6 cars because of that rack and pinion steering they have in them, and you get that feeling as well on the iRacing sim. When you try to save something, good luck, it's tougher to save than it is with a 550 Gen 6, as a lot of drivers are actually coming out pit road here this time. I'm interested in this strategy here on lap 12 and 2 cautions here, James, as Joshua Carey brings about a majority of the field in.
Yeah, again, obviously with topping off fuel, looks like the long game is what they're thinking. I think also in the back of their minds, right, again, as we saw 4 wide, we got the answer immediately here, Marty, up in the booth. But, you know, this is going to be a caution-filled evening.
Race off pit road, Trevino, yeah, it takes the win. Johnson 2nd, Carey 3rd, followed by Lyles and Prather. Check that Prather, if not maybe Brown as well. So Brown actually, I want to make a correction. Brown did not come down pit road. He was just off the pace there in the 96 for a moment. So he's fallen all the way down to the back of the field. Just wanted to make that correction there, but only had 10 drivers or 11, 10 drivers not pit at all so far. And we're starting to see the strategy game played here early, James. Who is going to try and wait until lap 30, 36? You know, I'm looking at some of these pit stops. A lot of drivers actually taking tires after 12 laps to see if that grip is going to help them towards the front. See if they can take tires over track position for stage points.
Yeah, it looks like Trevino potentially taking 2 tires here. Again, from my eye, I'm not seeing tires as being as serious when it comes to the amount of pace as it is the amount of fuel you got, and making sure that you have enough fuel to either push and drive the car the way you want. As again, I was thinking it was going to be a track position race, but again, as we've seen some of these moves, it doesn't seem like the field is sorted at all, and so I expect fireworks again coming off this next restart.
Just a heads up here when we come back to green. Travis Prather is the first driver on 4 tires. We'll restart around row 8 or so. But it's Helm selected the outside, Wyatt Thompson second, Hector Collazo third, Nicholas Martinez in fourth, and Christian Zarate rounds out the top 5 as we're nearing halfway through the stage, back to green. And not the restart at all that Wyatt Thompson wanted. That's the benefit of having a teammate right behind you on the same side of the grid here. Helms leading, Martinez second, Thompson and Bloxco, excuse me. They race for third with Zarate and Collazo behind.
Myers there lurking as well on the outside, trying to get that to work. Outside, extremely viable option for overtaking.
Bunch of cars scraping the wall off of turn 4. You thought a Darlington stripe was a thing? How about a Worldwide Technology stripe? You see the 00 Myers nearly forcing it 3 wide for just a moment. He will, as it's off at turn number 2. And now Red Bull gives you bread here in this 3 wide situation. Hopefully they don't give anyone under the driver's wings if they get involved in an accident. And it's Myers, the biggest winner on the outside. Like that, Collazo, then Myers, and then Thompson, some near contact. One of the risky things here at a track like Gateway with the flat banking, it's very easy to have a shallow entry and get very tight up the track, and if a car is on your outside, it could lead to mayhem as Collazo takes away third from Blasco.
Yeah, definitely trying to have that late apex, trying to get nice and wide and turn in when you want to, but when there's somebody right behind you, when there's somebody that has the nose down the inside potentially, it can be just so difficult to run the line you want. All the dirty air, especially as you have somebody just like up into the wall. And now you have a wall strike there off of 2 again. So the tighter of the 2 exits, if you will. And now we have a look back here at Pratt.
It's Prather in the 58 on those fresh tires, but still stuck in the 14th position right now at the moment. Carey behind him in the 35, also on 4 tires. Track position, very important at a track like Worldwide Technology Raceway early here. Oh, hang on there. Close call, though, for Jose Lopez in the 10. That'll allow Prather and maybe Carey to gain an extra spot. Meanwhile, up near the front, Myers underneath on Blasco for position number 4. You've got Thompson and Zarate as well for the 6th spot. But Blasco able to take the spot back from Myers behind them. A drag race, though, into 1. Between the Fast Cash 99 and the Maxwell 2. Rante and Thompson bang doors off for 2 for just a moment. Allows Thompson to get the advantage, and now maybe Bunkley's turn to pounce on Zarate for 7. At the entry, though, that the 79 car wanted. That may cost him a spot, too, at the same time with Gilbert on the tail. Let's go as well to this battle for the 4th spot. Myers and Blasco, once again, they've been battling for maybe the last 3 to 5 laps or so. Brake rotors here, James, are starting to glow on all the cars here.
They're really, really working them. And they are having to. Again, this is going to settle. Obviously, we may still have yellows yet to come, but The cement is drying, or I'm sure it feels that way to some of the drivers who are not comfortable with where they are at the moment here. As now we see Palazzo try to work on Martinez. This is for second position.
And before
they're 1.5 back of Helms, and this is going to make it worse. Oh.
Before we cut to that live shot off for turn 4, Martinez put a big block on Palazzo to try and hang on to second. Trouble, Asher Bunkley has crashed. It's off for turn 2. He gets his car back going straight. No caution flag. We still watch the race for second. Myers staying on the back of that 87 to the 48, and now Myers gets a chance for third spot. Red Bull is starting to come big time.
This is interesting here because Helms was able to get to the front of the field on our, not even the first restart, of the start of the race. Second time of asking Helms, about 1.5 seconds or so up the road, we get another caution. And then now, on this next restart, guess where Helms is? About 1.6 seconds up the road there. Again, putting about a tenth or so on anybody else's best lap. Still looking incredibly strong as, oh my goodness, those wall strikes there. They are trying to knock that door down there. Max Ford back to 18th. So again, the wrong end of the field as far as Max Ford is concerned. Trying to make a move here on Logan Brinken, the 24. And yeah, again, Helms really just putting in the laps.
Second as well on the tire game of those that took 4. Rother 11th and Carey 12th. The highest amongst the drivers that pitted is Zachary Trevino in 8th, and he took fuel only if not 2 tires on his last stop. So I wonder if the factor of this with both Rother and Carey staying in the 11th and 12th spot is the fact that, you know, we had 2 cautions before they pitted on lap 12.
Yeah, I think that does kind of change it from plan A to plan B, depending on which camp you're in. And I think that, again, the fuel, it just gets trickier and trickier, Marty, the later into the game you run. You're not able to change as a little bit up the track there.
Blasco with a 98. Almost made the pass stick on Martinez, who's been fading late in the stage, surprisingly, after he was running as high as second. So Thompson's on the attack as we come to 4 to go in the stage. Martinez, his teammate Tyler Helms, still leading by 1.5 seconds on Hector Collazo. Look at this big run all the way down to the retaining wall. Thompson looking on Blasco, and I wonder if Martinez is trying to block both lanes. This allows Trevino to come in and maybe make it a fatal 4-way battle for the 4th position off for 2. Ooh, Thompson up the hill. Oh boy, almost squeezed Blasco and the wall. Look at Trevino almost threading the needle there with 3 to go in the stage. May go get that 2-for-1 discount, James, into 1.
That was extremely close. We just saw a little bit of green. We only saw half a car. And oh my goodness, speaking of half a car, that was almost the 16 around. They're able to get it back up and over the hill and down into 3. Gonna try that outside line. And again, you see the brake rotors just glowing in the night. We are coming right up to final couple laps here for stage 1.
Battle for second also starting to get interesting as the pits are closed the rest of the stage. Collazo and Myers, they are not teammates, but ironically, they have the same sponsorship on their race car. And they did pretty good late in the stage and starting to close in on Tyler Helms, but that precision number 7 is definitely the class of the field early in this one after starting in 6th position. Final lap here of the stage is underway.
Hector Collazo really hustling now here. You feel like maybe Myers has something up their sleeve, but I think that Collazo might have the number of the 00, and Myers may go no further in the stage. We'll have to see here, trying to come off of 4.
Green and white checkers wave here as Tyler Helms picks up the win in stage here. Colazzo and Myers racing for second. The 87 gets it for the 00. Then back is Martinez fourth, Thompson fifth, Trevino sixth, Lasco seventh, Zarate eighth, Carey ninth, and Kovnat rounds out the top 10. So with that 30 laps complete, Tyler Helms the race leader. Now we will step aside here as pit stops coming up in just a moment. Stay with us. You're watching the UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series on Precision Entertainment. Pit road is open and everybody coming in for 4 tires and fuel. We do have a free pass car, that being Axel Smith in the 26. So obviously the game plan, 4 tires and fuel. I'm gonna watch Helms stop here because he has pit box number 6. Joshua Carey, the pole sitter in this race. See up front, he has pit box number 1.
There to the times here, seeing if anybody takes 2.
Oh, a photo finish on the race off pit road. But Helms edging out Colazzo there. Myers in 3rd, Trevino 4th, Carey 5th, Kovnat 6th, Prather 7th, Lopez 8th, Echevarria 9th, and Schreckengost 10th. So with that, gives us an opportunity here to bring in our winner from stage 1, and that being Tyler Helms in the 7. Get him in just a moment here. Tyler, it's Marty and James up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Alrighty, man. Stage 1 done. Off to a good start. How's this car feeling at the moment, especially in the clean air?
I mean, it's feeling good. I just fried my right front, and that first stage I didn't really do any long runs in practice, so that's my first, run. My right front was a lot more worn than my right rear, so we just gotta figure out how to conserve that as well. But slowly starting to get deja vu from last week. Won the stage last week, led all the laps. Won the stage this week, led all the laps, and Finn comes from the back both weeks and beats me last week. So I just gotta hopefully beat him here today, and hopefully we can get a long run here.
Very quickly, what do you expect in the final 90 laps?
Expect a lot of chaos, and everybody gonna start to make moves that maybe they shouldn't make because it's so hard to pass here.
Appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of this one. All right.
Yep, thank you.
Tyler Helms, your stage 1 winner, selects the outside for this restart. He and Hector Colazzo share row 1. Megan Myers, Zachary Trevino, row 2. Joshua Carey, Aaron Kovnat, row 3. Travis Prather and Jose Lopez, row 4. And Carmelo Echevarria and Brady Schreckengost round out the top 10. So, under 90 laps here to go as see Colazzo hanging back there a little bit just to watch Helms fire so he can time the launch perfectly instead of getting caught sleeping, and does there, but allows Helms to be clear of the 87. So we come back to green, but can Colazzo get the entry he wants, or will Colazzo set it in there? He'll let Helms have it. Battle for 3rd, Trevino and Myers here off of 2. Oh, trouble off of turn 2. We got multiple cars around. 41 car Crowley, 94 Calvin Harvey, 99 is Zarate, one of the drivers that was a driver to watch out for this evening. Prather in the 58 also involved. Caution number 4 here at Gateway, and let's see how this started. And it looked like Brother got loose there in the center of 1 and 2.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here in just a second, but we've got, so here we go. So we got the start here. We're looking at around the 8th to 10th spot. So the 23 up a little bit, the 8 coming back down, and the 8 just sitting duck right in the middle. Flex the 41 there as well.
23 car, that's Echevarria.
Yeah, Emerson Crawley in there.
On board with Jason Hall, you can look at the telemetry.
Yeah, Hall
just
almost
nowhere to
unsighted
go.
until the 2. Yeah, until the 2 starts trying to slow down there. YD Thompson, you almost couldn't see it. Of course, we also have a better vantage point on the hood than you do inside the car. You can't see too much. You're looking at the back of the machines.
Oh, Martinez gets a piece of it as well, a top 10 driver throughout the race. And you know, this is the tough part about Gateway we've yet to talk about. Turns 1 and 2, it's not as wide compared to 3 and 4. So there's a riskier chance that when a wreck happens in front of you, you're more likely to have nowhere to go compared to 3 and 4.
Yeah, it really washed you up more quickly. And again, right here, so we're actually gonna have 2 hits here. So Zarate's down, or sorry, up
look at
there,
Max
and then they're
Ford.
gonna come back.
Ooh. Just ricocheted right back to him. I would love to watch, if we can, the 11 of Max Ford. I want to see if he got damage at all or not, but we're watching another angle here. This is Zarate in the 99. Thought he had it, but then just got hooked there at the end. Not just once, and then right there. Watch Ford here,
not
the 11.
ideal.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, not ideal.
Look at Ford here. Goes to the grass. Whoa, just slaloms his way through, not just twice, but 3 times like that. Wow. That is just what the doctor ordered if you're the 11 on board with DHL run entry.
All right, so 1. Count that as
2.
2.
3.
3.
4. Dang, it's slaloming. So lights are already off here. We'll come back to green in just a couple of moments. Everyone that pitted are just about the drivers that were involved in the crash. Almost once again on the outside, Collazo, that's row 1. Row 2, Zachary Trevino and Finnegan Myers. Row 3, Joshua Carey and Aaron Kovnat. Row number 4, Carmelo Echevarria and Jose Lopez. Rounding out the top 10 is Logan Brink and Connor Blasco.
Alongside Carey on the 3rd row is Aaron Kovnat, up 22 spots at the moment. Let's see what they can do on this restart, see if they can really establish themselves up at the front for this one.
Back to the green. So Helms holds for right now. Red Bull drivers side by side. Collazo not clear of Myers just yet. Myers with the slight advantage. Early braking point though for Helms in the turn number 3. Really forced Myers to get heavy on the brakes as they touch there to the center of the corner. Helms continues to lead. Myers does not have Collazo cleared just yet. May be able to. Oh, Collazo fighting back, out braking Myers here though into turn 1, James.
Myers still, I was going to say inch perfect on the front straight, not inch perfect on the back straight, but still gets it done and clears the 87. Trevino on the way. Kovnat, Carey and company still hanging in there. Helms not able to get away. And again, spoke about Finnegan Myers, who seemed to be at the forefront of the 7's mind. You look a little further back here to Lopez and Brink battling it out.
This is Myers' quickest car that last time by 31:59 that on that lap. So you're watching mid-pack. Lopez trying to get around on Blasco. We're just inside the top 10. Nicholas Rode behind as well. Here's Ford trying to make moves. That's on Schreckengoss from position 13. 80 laps to go, make it 79 to go. So look at the biggest movers on the track. How about 5th place Aaron Kovna here? At the moment, James, up 22 spots, started back in the 29th position. Actually 27th correction, as he did not take a lap in qualifying, so started there via the iRacing setup, as we've got a battle for lead in front of him. Myers is underneath on Helms for the race lead. Myers a little bit loose. Helms tried a side draft. First, if not second lead change under green flag this evening, and it's Finnegan Myers to the point.
We got to speak with Helms earlier on about how we're going to be attacking the rest of this race here. Speaking of attacking, Trevino down the inside.
How about this? A fatal four-way for the top spot once again. Trevino side by side with Collazo in that 87, who gets a gateway stripe of his own. Myers, who started in second. Last week's winner out at Nashville Super Speedway. And you know, you don't think, you know, obviously when you look at the track first off compared to Nashville, they're two completely different tracks. But when you look at the characteristics of the corners, it kind of has some similarities with it being flat and being momentum based at the same time, James.
Yeah, it definitely can be difficult starting so far back. Again, Finnegan Myers able to come through the field as well. And obviously, it can almost sneak up on you. Speaking of sneaking up.
Not the entry that the 7 wanted as he pops the wall there. Obviously, we'll lose some time to the leader. Turns 1 and 2 were not good for Helms in these past couple of laps. That's one of the reasons on how he lost the lead long term. It allowed Myers to pull up on the quarter panel going down the back straight when that battle for the lead started. This is the first time tonight that Helms is tested out in dirty air.
Myers not pulling away, obviously about 3/10 in it. But this, of course, this battling Marty here is not going to be helping matters at all for any of these three drivers. Obviously, trying to get to the front of this trio is going to be very important. But all the while, they're sorting that out, and Helms still hanging in there. It is going to allow Myers a little bit more breathing space potentially.
Lazo trying to get the exit he wants. Trevino's got the slipstream off of Helms and uses it to his advantage. So Zachary Trevino in on to third after starting back in 7th. Not the entry he wanted at turn 3 though. However, though, the diamond off of 4, not a bad way to try and get the exit to your advantage, and it works out for the 16. Won't look downstairs on Helms just yet for second, hoping he makes a mistake at the same time.
Tried to do a little bit of a diamond there
Trouble in
off
one.
of
Max Ford is around. Caution flag waves. Go solo car spin. For Max Ford. And I don't know if he lost it all by himself or not. I don't know if we'll get another angle of it. Just a moment, see if we get another earlier shot. But caution waves, lap 48. See if Road got a run underneath. I don't think he did. We're hearing this is against Ford. Yep, he just lost it all by himself. Now, why is that the case there, James, at a track like Gateway?
Well, it almost sounded like downshift, we heard the revs rise a ton. Maybe they were just kicking in the clutch, trying to save it. But again, the car almost stops at the apex. It almost seemed like just the rear is just getting super, almost like a wedgie on the rear of the car there. We're gonna come out wide, gonna drop down. We're not even down to the apron yet.
Yeah, you know what? I'm wondering if he had a gearbox issue, because if you look at the cockpit, as pit road is open, it was out in 4th gear, and then the car all immediately downshifted down into 2nd. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe too much of a shift on the sequential or not. pit road is open and everybody is in. 4 tires and fuel is the call now. So to keep in mind, the drivers have 5 sets of tires they can use. Some have used 2, others may have used 3 as we're 10 laps from halfway. Race off from pit road, and it's Finnegan Myers taking the win. Kyler Helm second, Victor Colazzo third, Joshua Carey fourth, Zachary Trevino fifth, Carmelo Acavaria in sixth, Aaron Kovna in seventh, Logan Brink eighth, Nicholas Martinez ninth, and Connor Blasco in 10th. One driver did not pit, and that's Joseph Enright in the 07. He has 13 laps of older tires compared to Finnegan Myers, so see, but we're seeing some more interesting strategy here after that run of about 15-20 laps or so. Nicholas Martinez in 10th took 2 tires. We'll see if a track position for him, 2 tires, if it's better than 4 tires. Martinez on 2 compared to Blasco, Lopez, Thompson on back, where they all took 4.
Yeah, we see Joseph Enright here leading, and was in the pit lane for about 1.25 minutes last time around, in the pit box for 47 seconds. So Enright up at the sharp end, hasn't had the night they wanted, but this call may be what they need to get back into the race. And again, as you said, Martinez Jr. with 2 tires. We saw Trevino work on that earlier and didn't seem to suffer too badly. Still up in the top 5 at the moment. And so again, we'll just have to kind of figure it out, because right, the drivers are keeping an eye on each other, right? If you hear that Trevino's running great laps, putting the 16 in a good position to stay in the top 5 or so, and they take 2 tires, well, I should take 2 tires. I should try to go wherever the speed takes me, and if that's working for them, it could work for me.
Well, it's Enright and Myers, row 1. Then it's Helms and Colazzo, row 2. Row 3, Carey and Trevino. Then Acavaria, Martinez, Brink, and they all round out the top 10. As we've got 69 laps of racing to go as we take the green flag. That launch from Enright, give him credit, able to hold, but got a little wiggly there. The center of 1 and 2 opens up the door for Finnegan Myers. Helms doesn't get the exit off turn 2 he wanted, and neither did Connor Blasco. Mid-pack, side by side for the race lead. Myers trying to put it back up to the front, but up tight is Enright, and here comes Colazzo 3 wide for just a moment, but it's Myers that will hang on, but the yellow flag waves as Nicholas Road and Riley Ibanez have crashed.
Enright able to make up almost 2 or 3 spots from that extremely deep first corner there. Able to gather it back up. Apologies, third corner.
What happened to the 90? Oh, that's a heavy hit. Dreckengoss nowhere to go, and there was some contact as well from Blasco, and that's Ibanez just losing it there in the 95 on Boworth Road.
It's like they check up from the 2, the Maxwell car in front.
See? There's the contact, and 2 notable hits there. Not as fast, but kind of similar to the way Christopher Bell hit the wall last week at Michigan. All those cars getting loose off of turn 2. That's just cold tires being a factor here on that restart, James.
Yeah, drivers again just trying to feel it out, see how much grip there is available. And of course, the only way that you know how much grip's available is to go right to the limit. And that was a little bit of over the limit, a little bit of, oh, there we go. Yeah, we're in there. Making sure we got into the pit box correctly.
So we're approaching the halfway point, and James, I want to put you in the hands of playing crew chief mode here. Who do you feel right now amongst each driver has the best short run car and the best long run car?
I think the 00's the long run. think Helms is the short run. And earlier on, speaking to Helms knew that Myers was going to be on their way at some point, was what was the guess, and the 7 was correct. And it seems like Myers has the composure, especially when making overtakes, right? We saw Joseph Enright going toe-to-toe with Myers, trying to hang around the outside there. And again, cold tires, you know, tricky on a restart, the double zeros underneath you. It can get really, really tricky. And Helms has what it takes to hang with Myers, but it seems like Myers has that long run composure that is beatable. But the trick is who is going to be able to put together a run, right? When they're fighting 2 and 3 all in a pack, it can be really, really difficult to go get the double zero.
Set the field here on this restart. New front row. It is Myers and Collazo. And this is interesting. Myers selects the inside. First time tonight, the leader on the restart is selected at the bottom. Enright Trevino, row 2. Helms and Carey, row 3. Cavaria, Kovnat, row 4. Martinez and Brink round out the top 10. As we're 5 laps for the halfway point. Start coming here off at turn 4. Myers able to hold serve. Collazo second. Trevino the new top 3. Carey around the outside of Enright. Moves into 4th. Tyler Helms tries to grab 5th at the same time as everyone trying to fight their way around the 07 on the scuffed tires here. Nearly 3 wide off for turn 4. Top 5 is checked out and Enright drops down to the low side to allow some of the faster drivers go past. Oh, trouble. Kovnat goes around and saves it. And we got more drivers crashing. Thompson in the 2. Schreckengoss nearly crashed into the 76. Enright in the wall as well with the 07.
Logan Brink involved as well, the 24. All sorts of shenanigans. It just seemed like dominoes there. Get a better look at this here. So Enright, as you said, backed off. Comes up in front of the 10.
Oh, Kovnat, it was happening in front of him, and then Kovnat got hit from behind by Lopez.
My goodness me.
With Kovnat in the 91. That's a tough break. He had been making a lot of moves for the back of the pack to have his car up inside the top 10. This is from the back. And he lost it all by himself. And it sounds like he had a tough downshift there into 1 and 2 as well. Downshifting playing a factor in this one this evening. Maybe it's going to be, and drivers are hearing about it on the radio. I wonder if that's going to have a lot of drivers try to not downshift through 1 and 2 now.
As you said earlier there, Marty, so difficult once these cars get sideways to try to bring them back. That famous next-gen snap is not something that you ever want to experience trying to catch these cars. And again, whenever you're dropping a gear, you can experience engine braking, which puts more weight on the front and removes basically the transfer of weight moves to the front of the car and is no longer on the rear, and that can just cause it, as these guys are again on 98, 99% adhesion to the road. You put it over about 102%, and the car just can't handle it.
That's a great miss by Axel Smith in the pickle car. We're just about halfway home here this evening. We'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, the restart. As when we come back, it's the second half of this one here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Stay with us. It's the UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series on Precision Entertainment. Ready for the restart. We'll be officially halfway home when we come back to green, 60 up, 60 down. Finnegan Myers will bring the field back to green. He and Tyler Helms, who restarts 5th, they have been both the 2 class cars of the field so far. Biggest mover of the race up 15, Carmelo Echevarria, Maxwell Funderburg. We're back to the green flag. Fastest lap is Myers at a 31:59. Going good for now. Off of turn 2. Carey tries to make a move on Trevino. The bottom step of the podium. Does he send it here into 3? Yes, he does. Both of them both get tight. Up the hill, Tyler Helms with a smooth 3 and 4. Gains a lot of ground on both Trevino and Carey, but it's still Myers, the race leader.
Echevarria in the 23 there lurking as well as we see this battle here between the 35 and the 7. Trevino here now under a little bit of attack as well. And Collazo and Myers kind of not getting away yet, but they are a pair up at the front.
Yeah,
And if anything, looks like
really one of the toughest rivals that Myers has had. They have been right next to each other on track all day long today. And Collazo's still looking to lead his first laps of the day. He may try it here into 1, but Myers shuts the door right in his face. And a new fastest lap for the green and black number 16 of Trevino, a 31:51 last time by.
you asked me, Marty, earlier about the long term versus the short runs here, and obviously we're still currently in a short run. And it looks like Trevino and Collazo have a decent amount of hustle here on this restart. And Myers is having to look over their shoulder, probably in a way they haven't all night long, I would say.
Just have to see. This is the case. Wall scrape from Myers off for turn 2. Collazo doesn't look. Does he have the momentum here to 3? Yes, he does. Peeks downstairs where Papa hides the wine. The race lead here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, but Collazo just couldn't hold on to the momentum there through 3 and 4. Myers still leads.
Yeah, Myers trying to corral the 87 to the bottom of the racetrack, kind of keep them from being able to go anywhere between the 00 car and the inside of the track. Kind of forcing them down to the apron. And the 00's got it for now, but this is really getting exciting here, Marty. And now the 87 thinks about going outside, maybe cutting out back for a late apex. Let's see what the exit looks like for the 87.
Triple threat match now for the race lead. As you mentioned, Trevino starts to join the party. Caution flag waves though. Joseph Enright in the 07. Same with the 41 car around Logan Crawley. That race was starting to get good for the race lead as well at the same time. And watch this hit though that the 41 of Crawley takes. They hook, they both lose control. Whammo.
Oh.
All 4 wheels off the ground.
And the 07 is able to be there in case the 41's trying to ping off the wall. No chance to get away from that. is onboard and right, I believe.
We get a great view, I believe, of the belly pan as pit road is open and a lot of takers here this time. Everybody pitting here, actually a majority of the field, I should say. So we'll see who wins the race off pit road, and the strategy could get interesting with how long that run was, and our 8th caution flies as Martinez with the strategy game once again. This time he takes fuel only. Myers comes out second. Everyone behind him takes 4 tires.
It's like Brady
Palazzo,
Schreckengost
Trevino,
in the
go ahead.
3. I was just going to point out there that Brady Schreckengost in the 3 looks like they only took 2. Sitting up there in the top 5 at the moment. So the 3
Good point.
trying something as well.
So a mixed bag, and I was actually getting ready to talk about this as well because drivers were approaching the window they were like, but just past halfway through their window, where we could have been seeing stops at around maybe lap 79 to 85 or so. That could be the case maybe for the top 8. They're gonna have to hope for a couple more cautions to help out with fuel mileage at the same time. So who do you think this favors here at the moment, James? Those that stay out or those that pit?
Well, I'm having to do the math here in my head. I think it favors those that pit. I think just having what you need right now is just going to help you the entire way, even if you've lost that track position. Right? This is the longest stage. Stage 2 is longer than the run to the end, which is the same as stage 1, those 30 laps. So I think that having what you need, tires, fuel, whichever one you got, lots of drivers getting both, majority of the drivers getting both, in fact. I think that anybody who has the fuel and tires now are going to be in a really good position. They'll have to obviously pit again before the end of the race, but I think that that's really going to help them out. The main thing is just trying to stop the hurt of losing track position right now.
So a new front row for this restart. Joshua Carey, Maxwell Funderburg. The 35 selects the outside. First driver on fresh tires. Now I have is Martinez. See, we checked it out. Martinez Myers, who restarts just outside row 5 as we're back to green on lap 69. This could get wild. Bunch of cars scrape the wall around, goes home to the 7. Alexis Will Smith in the 26. Acavaria in the 23. All in the 4. That was basically a sandwich that was squeezed too much that the mayo and mustard came out of it.
Axel Smith in particular, and the pickle machine 26 almost getting away from it, almost pulling a max forward and just not able to get out of the jungle.
He Helms hit the wall first, which caused all of that. And that is a rough break for Helms, who's, ever since we went back to green the stage, the car has just been tougher and tougher and tougher for him.
We're gonna have some best friends here in a moment, Marty.
On board here with the pickle car. On board here, I believe this is Helms in the 7 it is. Just trying the outside to get out of that dirty air at the same time, and then the corner exit, just too much of the safer barrier. You see the speed shot.
Good to the
Three
handful of drivers
passes.
behind them, able to slow up as well. So that could have been a lot more drivers just piling in there inside the smoke screen trying to get through. And I think about 4 or 5 drivers really put on the anchors to try to keep that from being any worse.
Jackson Brown, free pass in the 96 is welcome you back here inside the booth. Marty Sakala along with James Newton. So 50 laps to go, and we've seen a lot happen here tonight at Worldwide Technology Raceway, and I don't think we've seen everything just yet.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no. Well, obviously, so we haven't seen the last 50 laps of the race, of course. We have not seen the battle for the lead that we were just seeing before the caution came out. Was really heating up. I think that the drivers were using different parts of the track. They were really having to push each other, and we actually saw Myers with a little bit of wall strike, which I don't think I've seen too many of those this evening. So 00 really getting hustled in a way that they were not earlier. You know, unfortunately, we're seeing Tyler Helms having issues after leading and being really strong, especially those shorter runs that we saw earlier on. And this one is getting a little stronger. There's a lot more, excuse me, I'm coming through, than we were seeing in stage 1, for example.
For Myers, probably not a lot, but for the rest of the field combined, yeah, there is definitely a lot. We're ready for the restart. Under 50 to go, wrapping up our 9th caution of the day. Harry and Funderburg, row 1. Thompson and Blasco, row 2. Schreckengost and Harvey, row 3. Martinez and Lopez, row 4. Colazo and Ibanez round out the top 10 as Blanco looks like he may be having some internet issues for a couple moments. It's Kerry with the right to fire first on this restart, and they're still dealing with 98 at the same time as we're back to green. Look at all this major sending mid-pack. Myers, one of them in the 00. To 9th, it's their 3x3. Turns 1 and 2. One up the wall at Schreckengost. Everybody scatters. Miss him. He drops out of the top 10 as a result. Now it's Martinez and Colazo racing for 5th position. Oh, hang on, Myers around to the 00. Caution flag waves. One of the fastest cars here, the contender to win, is out of it. And this started with having nowhere to go.
It could have been even worse here. Obviously horrendous for the 00 here. We'll get a better look, but that could have been a horrible T-bone down the straightaway. So we're going to go into the infield, and right there, an extremely close call.
Kovnat cut him, and there was also another crash that happened. William Johnson going around the 30. Watch Myers. Now this is a rough break. Last week's winner at Nashville looking to go back to back, and it starts with the 87. Well, we have a fresh race, folks. This just got interesting. We watch Kovna here. James, what are you thinking right now? Who now is the guy to beat? I don't know at the moment.
I'm worried to say here. I was actually going to ask you right before this restart. And again, here we go. Hang on. Oh man, just one more coat of paint. That would have been worse there. Again, here is now we're going to have Ford be 3 wide here, a little further back on our right quarter panel. So on board with Myers here, and then we're going to slow it down from Kovnat's. So again, the 87 outside, 87 hits the wall, comes off the wall, takes off our front. We're going to hit the inside. There we have those panels coming up as well, keep us from flipping. And then we've got Kovnat, who's seen us, has 2 cars on the inside, and is able to still have the wherewithal to try to move a little bit without actually spinning themselves. And I can't really tell there was actually contact. It was most likely negligible, especially because
you could see the sparks fly there, so that's definitely a 4X. But I don't think it did any damage at all.
yeah. And then Marty, back to the question of the night here, right? Who assumes the lead of the race proper? So obviously we have Carey and Thompson, Vanderberg and Blasco up there as well in the top 4. I'm trying to see who would inherit. Maybe Collazo, but Collazo was really hustling it, trying to stay on the outside of 00, and that's actually kind of how that incident occurred. So it really is going to be tricky.
I'm thinking somebody from row 3, Collazo or Martinez at the moment. Collazo's took 4 tires, best on 4 tires right now. Martinez is these interesting strategy calls that have actually been working for him tonight. So we're hearing possibly, now I may be hearing this wrong, but any more of these cautions right after restarts, race control does have the right to change the rules at any time. Could possibly be single file restarts. We'll just have to see. But admin definitely trusts the drivers of the field. Cautions breed cautions. This is a normal product for Worldwide Technology Raceway. We come back to green with 45, make it 44 laps to go. Carey fires, he's gone. Thompson and Blasco side by side for second here up on the wall. Ibanez, 95, everybody misses him with no issue. There's Vanderberg and Martinez for 4th. 4 wide into 3 for just a moment.
That was a heart-in-mouth moment there, Marty. I could not believe they got that stopped. We didn't quite get the rest of that cut as we're on board here with Vanderberg. Trying to get Martinez Jr. on our outside in the Precision Speed Solutions machine.
There goes Martinez, low on Blasco. Race is on for 3rd. Ooh, they both wash up just a tiny bit, but able to get back into the groove. And the wall again, Blasco. Myers, excuse me, Collazo trying to take advantage of this. Move Martinez into 3rd. I'll get tight though, the 48. Collazo a chance to grab the 3rd spot back. Oh, we got trouble. The 94 car gets sideways. That's Calvin Harvey. He saves it though, we stay green. Got a bit too high off for turn 2, lost the car for a moment, but the wall actually helped him at the same time. Lazo, can he clear Martinez for 3rd? Off for 2. Don't think he can just yet. No, Martinez able to fight back. Laps to go. Joshua Carey leads by 6/10 over Thompson and Martinez. There's a bobble from the 48 once again, James, as Collazo tries to look low.
Looking at the 16 of
Caution.
Trevino here.
Trouble.
Potentially.
We've got the 58 of Proctor and the 7 of Helms again.
Wow. What an up and down day for the 7.
Yeah, and Helms
it really can
is
just
frustrated on the
change.
radio. He's just releasing it right now on the voice chat, and I don't blame him. Proctor loses it right in front of Helms.
It looks predictable. From Helms' point of view, it almost looked like it was kind of predictable, right? You got the 8 going sideways. It's going to continue to go sideways. It goes back down the track and then straight up in front of us.
Yeah, you just have to let it spin at that point. Pit road is open, and this is going to bring up an interesting strategy game here now. Let's talk about this, James, because we've got under 40 laps to go. The window I predicted around 30 to 36 laps tonight, as the fuel limit for the next-gen cars are at 75%. This could make things interesting to the distance here.
I think with a lot of the incidents we've seen potentially caused by some of those really harsh downshifts, as we saw there, some incidental, some just kind of catching drivers out. I think that shifting is going to be less and less, which again should help with the fuel mileage. Now the trick is, can you get 2 or 3 laps back when it comes to trying to get the strategy to work? I think you can stretch it. I think I'd go for it.
Yeah, I think you can stretch it with a pit stop here. 2 or 3 yellows should definitely help you out in some interesting strategy again. Johnson takes fuel only. The rest 4 tires on back. Harry, Thompson, Funderburg, Zarate, the top 5 on the race off pit road. Step aside and take a break here with 38 laps to go. Nicholas Martinez, the leader, when we come back. UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series on Precision Entertainment. Set to come back to the green flag. 36 laps to go on this restart. It's a Puerto Rico front row. Nicholas Martinez Jr. and Hector Collazo. That is row 1. Row number 2 is Zachary Trevino and Max Ford. Row 3 is Carmelo Echevarria, Aaron Kovnat. And again, Myers, after that spin, he's not out of it just yet. We'll restart 7 next to Asher Bunkley. Jason Hall, Brady Schreckengoss round out the top 10. So ready for the restart. Keep an eye on that 00. Working on the same strategy as the 87 of Kala. Actually checked out on a different strategy. 8 laps of fresher tires after the spin. Back to the green. So we're approaching 35 laps to go. Good restart from Martinez. Yeah, Max Ford, James, go ahead. He's up to 3rd.
The 11 really making this work here. It just turns on its head on a dime here. Ford now around the outside of Collazo. Trevino still lurking close behind. Martinez not getting away by any stretch. Maybe actually one of the closest restarts we've seen. Ford the leader proper. And Myers there in 8th spot. Looking quite good. They're kind of fanning out there across the front, and now it looks like here comes Collazo for the lead.
With a chance indeed. Martinez cuts him off. 87 forced to reset. Ford and Trevino want to crash the party at the same time. Different grooves trying to diamond their way through 3 and 4. Martinez has the clean air at the moment, but Collazo wants to take it back from him.
I was going to say they're coupling up here, Marty, but they are not. It's just a quartet, a fatal foursome, if you will, out front. It's getting really tight here. Trevino still with the fastest lap of the race, but it does not matter. Collazo to the inside.
Oh, pair of Chevys. One gets tight. Ford also gets tight. Trevino with a hockey elbow there underneath. Trying to go 2 for 1. Trevino goes through. He's up to the 2nd spot. Collazo says, bye-bye. I'll take it from here.
I don't know if Martinez is done. Oh, there we go, up the track. I was going to say, is Martinez done? Max Ford might think so. And the 11 machine trying to get back to that quarter panel. Can we hang on to it? And the answer is kind of. Oh, the brake rotors glow. The 11 tries to come through. What kind of exit does the 48 get? And the answer is an excellent one. Martinez hangs in there.
Ford drops back to fourth. Not trying to attack. Only 3 drivers have made their way up the field that pitted on that last stop. Wyatt Thompson in 9th, Joshua Carey in 11th, Christian Zarate in 12th. Hang on! One driver's side was in Shrek and Gostoff for 2. Nobody hit some caution waves. It is the 12th caution of the evening.
My goodness me. So with all these cautions here, this has to be playing with the, oh, I almost said the emotions, with the mentality of the drivers, right? You're looking for drivers who are making moves, they're feeling good, they're trying to get settled into a rhythm. And with this stop-start style we've seen kind of, just kind of recently, it really, oh, just loose out of right off the bottom of the corner. My goodness. But yeah, I just think that it plays to certain drivers, not even in a strategy way, just in a I'm better at restarts than you kind of way. So again, picking out which driver it is, it kind of depends on the restart. But I think that there's some drivers that would prefer this kind of, you know, chaos, you know, what's happening thing, as opposed to the drivers that are just, you know, they're trying to run their race, trying to get their head down, get into the groove. You know, I feel like I got pace, got a good car underneath me, and they just want a nice, clean run. And I think that, obviously, this is a different kind of race to that, and I think that's going to play into the hands of some of the different drivers. It seems to be working for Max Ford, who's found himself in the top 4.
Pit road is open as 16 drivers stay out, the rest come in. Now, for those that pit, they should be good to go the distance. As
Yep. Hello?
we'll talk with Nicholas Martinez of the 48. NMJ, we got you, man. How's this car feeling right now in third, especially with the mixed strategy? Because the left sides have had to have been on so far for like forever, and right sides have been on for a little while as well. Probably worn more than some of the rest of the drivers here too.
Car feels absolutely terrible. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing out here. I'm lucky to be even in third right now. I just don't have enough for Hector or Trevino, but I'm gonna try to hang behind them, just see what they're doing. I feel like Hector's just rolling it in better through center than me, and I just don't know how, because he's just getting into the brakes the same time as me, just rolling it in the same time as me, but he just gets me on center.
Do you feel that these cautions are helping you at the moment, or are they hurting you?
Honestly, I mean, it could go either way right now. I mean, we still have so many laps left. I mean, they could help me. They could also, you know, be a misfortune for me. But hopefully, we can just make what we can out of it.
And then last thing for me here, I know you pit on lap number 66. I know the window for you guys, I think, opens up a couple laps from now. What's the game plan going forward?
Just gonna run it dry, probably. I think all of we're good for fuel, so we're not gonna be pitting for fuel again. But you know, we might eventually pit for tires. But honestly, that window's just closing and closing. The more laps we put on these tires, so you know, I'm probably just gonna run it dry, honestly, at this point.
All right, appreciate the time, NMJ. Good luck.
All right, thank you, man.
So Martinez will restart inside row 2 next to Max Ford, but it's Collazo and Trevino the front row. Collazo selects the outsides, followed by Myers, Kovnat, Thompson, Bunkley, Zarate, and Carey. Top 16 drivers all stayed out as we get ready for the restart. And keep an eye on the 16 of Trevino here, as we've yet to talk with him tonight. Currently has the fastest lap of the race at the moment at a 31.51. We're back to the green flag with under 30 laps to go. Collazo holding serve on that restart, cuts down to break the draft from Max Ford and Trevino. At the same time as the 16 and the 11 race for the second spot. Ooh, Trevino a little bit tight there through 3 and 4. Again, Diamonds at the same time. They just about hooked for just a moment at Trevino. Finds a way to hang on to second with a little bit of assistance.
Ford immediately down underneath and goes high again. They're into each other, Marty.
They are not afraid. Play dirty, that's for sure. Trevino cuts down to a half a car length into turn 3. Ford a little wobbly as well, forcing Trevino to maybe go a different direction. We'll see if Martinez can do something about it as well. How about Finnegan Myers though, James? After that spin, we thought he was done for. Back up into 5th after the last pit stop where he had, I think it was just 50 seconds of optical repair. He is there on Martinez.
I'm sure the 00 is possibly salivating over the battle between second and third. That is only going to bring them in. Thompson going with him. Zarate strongly up in the top 10. Kovnat as well in the top 10. As we also have Carey holding down 10th at the moment. So a lot of the drivers we've seen way up in the order falling back and now resurgent here. Whoa, 48. Martinez way up the track.
Yeah, way too high in 1 and 2, and this allows both Thompson and Myers close in. Martinez breaks the draft here at the same time. Myers with a run on Thompson for the 5th position here at a run of the 48. Walmart 2-for-1 discount maybe incoming. Near contact with a 48. He clips the wall all the way down the apron onto the racetrack and hangs on. Wow.
Myers just basically waiting, the confidence that the 00 has. Basically, sure, you go on ahead, go deep into the corner, I'll just cut back and get you on the next straight. And of course, that didn't work out there. Oh, now they're side by side.
He feels very confident and comfortable with this car, even after the spin he had contact off of Collazo in the 87. How about Christian Zarate? He's been in a couple of accidents as well. Back up there in the 7th position. Again, let's remind everyone on the last pit stops, as you see both the 00 and the 2 get tight. Zarate now takes away the 6th spot for now. So let's remind everyone on the situations. Top 4 all pitted on lap 66. Thompson in 5th, pitted on lap 82. Again, Myers pitted on lap 74. Zarate, Carey each on lap 82. Hunkley on 74, Kovnat lap 66. Tire strategies all varying amongst the top 10. It's very tough to explain in that situation, but we're 1 lap away from crossing the century mark here at Worldwide Technology Raceway as Thompson looks for 4th on Martinez.
Thompson on the way, Trevino on the way. Ford in 2nd in the 11 DHL machine. And the Grizzly 16 trying to hunt them back down. Collazo putting a pretty good gap here.
Oh, he got
it's into the back of the 11.
Gave a little shot in the shorts, not just once, but twice. Trevino said he had to go make a move. He's up to 2nd.
Trevino and Ford live to see another day here. Thompson down the inside of Martinez, and we saw go very deep a couple of laps ago. Got a much better handle on it there. And again, Myers just lying in wait, but there's nowhere to go here. High, low, doesn't matter. There's a 48 and a number 2. And Zarate now joining the party around the outside there. 35 Carey.
20 laps to go at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Martinez clears Thompson, the 4th position. Myers carries Zarate, the 3, all trying to close in. Myers looks low on Thompson, could only get to the quarter panel. And then Thompson had the drive off for turn 4. Got a car sideways, though, across the start-finish line. Keeps it straight. That's Corey Lyles as we stay green. Zarate, meanwhile, through 1 and 2, gets very high up the hill. This race continues on for 4th on back.
Axel Smith looking for a good result here, trying to get Aaron Kovnat for the outskirts of the top 10. Funderburg up there as well. 4-car battle includes Connor Blasco. We saw the 98 further up the field. Finnegan further up the field here now. Carey down the inside. on Myers.
Carries, slots his way through. Sixth position is his. Now tries to set his sights on the 2 for fifth. Goes Zarate again, drove it in deep, caught the curbing. A little bit of a hip check as well to the doubles here of Myers, and now moves Zarate up to 7th. Gary's got a better chance at tops into 3 here for 5th.
High up the track is Zarate. Low and out is the 00. Little bit of a wall strike there. Martinez getting a much heavier dose of wall there. As you can see, Myers trying to work on the 99. Kind of stagnant when it comes to position at the moment. And now not stagnant. So Collazo over half a second out in front. Trevino gaining and gaining and gaining. Ford 1.5 seconds back at Trevino, and Trevino is on the way. The 16 Express is moving.
Yeah, what was a 1.4 second lead for Collazo's dropped down to a half second. This could get interesting as we are in the witching hour at Worldwide Technology Raceway. 15 laps to go. At this rate here, when you look at the pace, Trevino is going to get to Collazo, James.
Yeah, I think the other thing, right, is obviously Collazo isn't just sitting up there twiddling their thumbs. Collazo knows where the 16 is, whether he's gaining, whether he's losing time. And once Trevino hits a certain threshold, I think that Collazo may try to pull the pin, try to get even more pace. The question is, does the 87 have a proverbial extra gear to go into to try to halt the advance of the 16? Or is it just a matter of time here? It looks like it's going to be the latter, most likely. Trevino, if Collazo's got something up their sleeve, they need to use it now. The 16 is now on them.
Yeah, Trevino starting to attack. Hey, Hector Collazo, just a warning. You've got company. Thought you had it. It's far from over. Meanwhile, behind them, it's a three-way battle for the 3rd position. It does take 3 to tango. Ford, Martinez, Carey, and the 48 tight. The right sides are absolutely cooked on that 48, and Carey's tires on lap 82 when he took 4 are starting to go to work on that ride.
How about Martinez, though, here up in 4th position still? We spoke to them just earlier on before this this last restart, and the 48 not complaining, but really just not feeling the tires. The car doesn't feel so good, and Martinez really putting on a seriously good performance here, although Carey knows what kind of tires the 48 has, if any at all, and it's going to get a slipstream from the 11 as well.
A crossover move from Carey. 4th position. It's his. May go for the 2-for-1 discount off for turn 2. But look at Martinez, 3 wide for 3rd and a 3. Bonsai to the bottom. Hockey elbow. And look at Max Ford maybe taking it 3 wide off for 4. He couldn't do it there. Oh no! Ford goes around in the 11 after reacting to the 35 hitting the wall. And folks, hold the phone. This race just got more interesting with 10 to go.
Both of my hands are on my head. I cannot believe I saw a wiggle. I saw a little nibble of wall as well. The 11 trying to get out of the way of a potential bog down. So here we go. So we're 2 corners. We're 3 wide here. Down the inside goes Martinez. Up the racetrack goes Martinez. Carey hanging it tough there. We're going to have a wall strike on the right side. The 11's going to try to stay out of the way. There's a wobble already.
Oh, that was net code. That was clearly net code.
And straight into the wall. Not the same kind of contact, but a similar result as the 0-0 going into the infield walls. You see here again.
Oh, there was contact. No, I take that back. Dang, that's a tough break for Max, who had a very good run going in the 11. Taking advantage of all these yellows. Well, 9 laps to go. I think you stay out here, in my opinion. Especially if you're the drivers in 4th through 6th on the fresh tires. Actually, no, Zarate on back are gonna come in. If you have an extra set, take it to your advantage, why not? Put the chips in and maybe raise the stakes.
I'm excited to see all this play out here. Now, the other trick, right, is, as we said earlier, the cement is setting, if you will. Martinez Jr. in the 48, up in 3rd position. Self-proclaimed no tires underneath them, which seems to be the case. Running decent times, but just trying to hang in there as best they can. When it comes to these restarts, I feel like the restarts are where you need the fresh tires, trying to get the power down on cold tires. And so I feel like Martinez Jr. is going to have difficulties with all these restarts. I assumed that it would drop them back, and they just aren't dropping. So my gut says Martinez Jr. needs new tires, otherwise he's going to go backwards anyway. So might as well fight it back with the new tire people at the back. And the 48 doesn't care what I think, as we see here, Finnegan Myers, first one off pit road.
It's basically for him, go big or go home for the 48. You know, I remember there was an old game show back in the 70s and the 80s called Card Sharks. You may have heard of it on Game Show Network. And in the original version, this woman in the bonus round kept saying, shoot the max, double or nothing every single time. She came in with nothing, she'll lose with nothing. And guess what? She doubled every single time and won. Highest you could win on the original show. I think it was 23,300, I think it was.
And her name was Nicholas Martinez Jr. Maybe
sure
not.
Nicholas wishes all of that. 28.8, that's what it was, 28,800. Alrighty.
And that's in 70s cash as well.
Yes, exactly. 70s cash. That probably converts to 6 figures today. So, alrighty. Palazzo selects the outside. He and Trevino, row 1. Harry and Martinez, row 2. Wyatt Thompson restarts 5th. Myers is 6th on back. They just pitted for tires. Some took fuel only. Some took 2 tires. As we come back to green, hold on tight, folks. 6 laps to go. Back to the green flag. Here we go. Milazzo clears Trevino into turn 1. Martinez, a little contact. Myers through the center of the corner. And Finnegan Myers is up into the 4th position, rather. Trevino trying to fight back on the 35 of Carey, who's got fresher tires than the leader or 3rd. Carey trying to drive it deep here through 3 and 4, 3 wide for 2nd. That's Myers tries to grab the bottom step of the podium. Carey goes top shelf for about behind the cookies. He's up to 2nd. 5 laps to go at Gateway. 3 wide for 4th on back.
Trevino trying to have nothing to do with Myers there. Myers, oh, does he have a spinner there? It's Funderburg, 97 up the road.
And that may put us into a green-white checkered. We'll just have to see. Funderburg, another spin for the 97 tonight, and look at what happened. It was just getting antsy, and you know, desperate drivers like to do desperate things in the witching hour, and I think Funderburg at the opening thought he could do it clean, but there was a little contact as he scored both the 2 and the 98.
Really, really tight margins there. And basically, we're going to go down the inside. Plenty of speed on the entry there. Really shallow line as well, 3 wide. and we're just not going to be able to either scrub the speed off or give up the position, not able to hang down low. My goodness me.
While we are at it, a reminder to join us next Saturday night as UIS Precision Speed Solutions Cup Series will be at Legacy Echo Park Speedway before it became a drafting track. Join us Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on Precision Entertainment. Other upcoming broadcasts, Tuesday, Cyber Thunder Rush at Talladega, and Wednesday, Moonshiners Racing League at the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway. All live on Precision Entertainment. Hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. The lights are still on here. Couple of takers here, so gonna be coming here we're gonna have a green white checkered here. Right now it's 3 laps to go at the moment. Race control has the lights still on the pace car, so this will be overtime. Who are you liking here? The top 3 all have mixed bag strategies. Palazzo out since lap 66. Joshua Carey on lap 82. And then Finnegan Myers just came out of nowhere, pitting with 9 laps to go, taking advantage of the max forward spin, and he took 2 tires. So, is 2 tires going to be better than scuffs here, James?
I don't know if it's going to matter. I don't know that's the answer you're looking for, but basically the answer is who's going to win the race. I do not know, but I have a theory, and I think that theory is the 0-0 of Finnegan Myers, and my reasoning is the move that Myers put on Trevino, the aggression, the I'm coming through, almost like your star stud running back running over a green linebacker. You know, it's like I'm gonna score a touchdown. Either you're gonna move or you're not. And that seems to be the mentality. And I think that the 0-0 seems to have what it's gonna take to get this green-white checker done. I think in overtime, those are the kinds of moves that you need to make. You need to make them relatively cleanly, and you need to kind of have your self-preservation in mind. And I think that combo is what Myers has shown literally a couple laps ago. And I think that if Myers does that one more time, either Carey doesn't get a good run, Myers is up to 2nd place, and then it's the 87 versus the 0-0. I think that's going to be the dogfight there. And of course, everything I said could be wrong, but I think that's where I put my money.
Alrighty. It is go now or finish 2nd. Collazo looking for win 1 of the year. Same for Carey, that's row 1. Martinez and Myers, row 2. They each have won once this season. They're looking to repeat. Lasco, Hall, and the rest of the field. First green-white checkered of the night. If we get the white flag, we'll go to the checkers. If a yellow before the white, we'll try it once again. Palazzo fires. We're back to green. Three wide for 2nd. Myers trying to go 2 for 1 here. And a 1 and 2. A big set. Same for Jason Hall in the 4. Then caution flag waves. And around the 26 and more drivers further back. Ibanez, Lopez. And folks, the Red Bull battle is back.
Collazo in 1st. Finnegan Myers 2nd. Carey, Hall, Martinez back to 5th there. So those tires not working great. Oh, man. 56 involved there as well. Corey Lyles.
Look at him go crazy here in front. It's up with Echevarria. Now, I will mention this, and I'm probably about to jinx it, but there is a maximum of 15 green-white checkers in this series. So you watch Smith, the pickle car, spin off for 2.
That pickle car can probably go all the way down the back straight with how far they've gone sideways down that back straight this race. That has not been their favorite spot on the racetrack.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Started out very tonight, and he restarts in the second position. See how this looks here. Again, don't forget next week, Atlanta Motor Speedway 2008. Saturday right here, 9 o'clock on Precision Entertainment. See a lot of drivers warming up the tires here. They know this is a huge restart.
I'm interested to see.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm interested to see if the drivers push into the corners or if they really go for the exits. I'm trying to see where they will prioritize, particularly the top four. I would assume that our front two, if they are still our front two, come the back straight, will be pushing into three versus trying to get the rear end to come around to get a better exit for four.
Well,
so we'll have to see if they're pushing at all. But that's what I'm expecting, is both going up the racetrack. And I'm curious to see where, you know, again, if Carey and Martinez are still there, if it's Collazo and Myers fighting each other side by side, this second row could have a field day.
well, can Hector Collazo get his first win of the season, or will Finnegan Myers pull off the ultimate comeback from the back after a spin to pull off a back-to-back win? Out to find out. Take two in overtime. Another great jump from Collazo here into one. Drivers going in deep once again. Up top is Martinez and Blasco. Jason Hall with a bumper. Oh no! Hall goes around. Same with Blasco. Same with Carey. Everyone trying to scatter. Multi-car accident once again.
Bunkley Thompson and Christian Zarate all through into 4th through 6th position. William Johnson as well in the 30 up to 7th now. We pick up Max Ford here. We'll have a better look at what's going on. Max Ford outside the top 20 again.
Joshua Carey not too happy on the radio.
Saw a ton of self-preservation there from Ford and from Funderburk. My goodness me, these are some difficult corners to get through. Again, it's tighter on this part of the track. This is the tighter section. And yeah, they're just 3 wide out of 2. Again, we saw everybody warming up their fronts, but on the exit of 2 is when you need those rears to be nice and planted. You got guys on your left, guys on your right. You're down the middle potentially. And you're just trying not to lose anybody. You're looking to gain spots. Yeah, a bit of a smoke screen there. On board with Kovnat. Threatening the top 10 there. Just behind Trevino. For live pictures. And here we are now on board YD Thompson in the 2. This is going to be much closer to the scene of the accident there. Oh, and the 98 going around. Hunter Blasco now sitting in 20th after that. here. This is now on board the 98. So we're going to be going sideways. Okay, so into the wall here. We're a little bit slow-mo. Other two cars come back. So we're able to right the ship, but we're not able to be where we need to clear the other two drivers coming back towards the outer wall. So again, we have another green-white checker. So we have Hector Collazo in the 87 first place. Finnegan Myers underneath in the 00. Asher Bunkley in the 79. Martinez Jr. still there, still alive in this one. Christian Zarate in the top 6 at the moment. Wyatt D. Thompson alongside. Then it's Hall, then it's Johnson, then it's Prather, then Trevino, then Kovnat, then Enright, then Smith, then Lyles, Echevarria, Lopez, Funderburg, Harvey, Blasco, Ibanez, Schreckengost, Carey, Brown, and Ford. Down to 24th. We've lost Joshua Gilbert, lost Logan Brink, lost Helms, Nicholas Rode, and Emerson Crawley 47 laps ago. This left rear quarter panel
We're good.
is what the 00 is looking for.
Set to fire. Green-white checkered once again. 2 laps to go. Here we go.
It looks like we've got the 00 down the inside and has cleared the 87. Oh, it looks like we got the number 8 off in the infield. And now they looks like we have Collazo trying to come back at them, and it looks like we have another caution.
Oh my goodness, they change again. And how about it? New leader, Finnegan Myers.
Looks like Riley Ibanez in the 95 has a meatball flag there. The Ally machine down in 22nd at the moment. So didn't get visual confirmation. Actually, might get it right here. Give us a little bit of an idea what was going on back there.
Another look at the back, and
oh my goodness.
that is something that's completely avoidable in my opinion. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
My goodness me. So we did see that car go off on the infield earlier on. So yeah, so right here, we're going to have a moment here on board the Cheddar's machine here. This is Travis Proud. There's the 50, or the 8 rather. And there's Martinez Jr. on our left. Oh, and so we kind of come together there, and then we try to come back up the track, but we don't have any kind of traction on the front end of the car. I assume that that the front tires are hard left as soon as we hit the black stuff. Trying to stay off, certainly of the racing line. So again, so the 48 gets kind of spit out of this battle here. Everybody's kind of moving back over to the right side. And NMJ had a bit of a hit, and yeah, 76 there involved as well. Looks like there was also a lockup involved for the 8 as well. So Prather trying to stay out of the way there. Carried a good amount of speed into 3, but didn't have the traction. So basically almost looking for a 3 wide, thinking that they cleared the 48. And then of course the contact into the infield wall. And as we head up here, again, you can see the lockup, the left front not moving an inch. And that will obviously end Prather's day there. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, This is take 4.
You said 15, Marty? Is that right?
Yes, I believe. Yes, and I believe this at this rate. I believe we are near the record, which obviously was set last year at 21. And you see, obviously, there's a lot of time left in the server to finish this race, so there's no really big concern about finishing short of the green-white checkers. But we do have, more importantly, a new front row: Finnegan Myers and Christian Zarate. Huge restart coming up here. Green flag is out. Myers not able to clear Zarate through into turn number 1. The 99 stays right on his door and gets a great acceleration to the center of the corner. It's a drag race down the back straight 3 wide. Cars are wrecking once again.
Palazzo got a huge hip check there. And we've got another caution out.
Oh, and they are saying on race control, next attempt is the final attempt.
I believe the hyperbolic phrase is do or die here, Marty.
We'll see how this sets up. Drivers are a little bit concerned on fuel. Jason Hall forced to pit. That's a tough break for the 4 who came up near the front late in the going. It sounds like, watch this other look here, James.
We'll have a look here at Carey on the outside in the 35 Moza machine. And yeah, there's 2 cars underneath, so potentially Carey not knowing that there was a third car there, maybe, but again, Funderburk on the inside and just trying to get to the inside, trying to get on the gas as early as possible, getting the wheel nice and straight, and just had to wait forever because of the 3 wide situation. Of course, now comes in.
High. And hearing more from race control. And this will be the final green-white checkered. I don't know how they're gonna finalize this on race control, except just do 2 pace laps single file. How to officially get this sent through iRacing so you can get through all the scoring and stuff. But this will be the final restart no matter what. I think everybody's just about had enough of this race, and I can understand why. So Myers and Zarate, row 1. Row number 2, Palazzo and Bunkley. Row 3, Johnson and Trevino. The 4th row, Martinez and Lyles. And Kovna and Smith round out the top 10. And you notice how Myers switched to the top here from this restart, as he noticed how good Zarate was on the outside through 1 and 2. Final one of the night. Absolutely a great restart by Finnegan Myers. Able to clear Zarate through into one. Bunkley blinking in the 79 for just a moment. Gotta hang on, Collazo pitted on lap 66. Only 2 drivers that pitted under that stint stayed out till now. But it's Finnegan Myers out in front. Zarate running second. Farthest they've been through here in overtime tonight. We've got the white flag in the air this time by. We're going to the checkers no matter what. Finnegan Myers, Christian Zarate. Zarate looking for win 1 of the season. The 99 tries to diamond through 1 and 2. Down the back straight for the final time. Thompson, Lopez, Schreckengoss, Smith, and Carey all crashing behind them. But through turns number 3 and 4, it's Finnegan Myers, the driver of the Red Bull 00, making his way off the corner for Sky High Racing. Spin and win, back to back. Finnegan Myers, checkered flag, the winner at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Zarate in second, Bunkley third. 4th is Collazo, 5th is Johnson, 6th Trevino, 7th Martinez, 8th is Blasco, 9th Kovnat, Max Ford in 10th. Myers back-to-back after winning last week in Nashville. Thought he was out of it after there was contact with the 87 of Collazo. It sent Myers around and had front nose damage. Repairs lasted just under a minute. So light them up and do some donuts.
I think he's looking for some 11s here, Marty. He's going to try to go as far as he can with that left lock. And there he goes, getting up against the wall.
I'm glad on the bright side that this race got over before the 24 hours of Le Mans did. So we will step aside here and talk to your top 3 in just a moment. Finnegan Myers, the winner at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Stay with us. Finnegan Myers, the race winner here at Worldwide Technology Raceway this evening as we take a look at the final results as the engine just blew up at the end. Final race time, 1 hour, 51 minutes and 28 seconds. Christian Zarate, his best finish of the year in second. Asher Bunkley, a great run for him in third. Hector Collazo in fourth. William Johnson fifth. Zachary Trevino sixth. Nicholas Martinez seventh. Connor Blasco eighth. Aaron Kovnat ninth. And Max Ford in 10th.
'11th is Joseph Enright. Jason Hall finished just behind them. Calvin Harvey 13th. Then it's Lyles, Jackson Brown, Echevarria, Funderburk, Thompson, Smith, and Lopez back to 20th.
And in 21st position, You've got Joshua Carey, last car in the lead lap. Brady Schreckengoss, the lap down. Rest of the drivers out of the race. Travis Prather, Riley Ibanez, Joshua Gilbert, Logan Brink, Tyler Helms, Emerson Crowley, Nicholas Rode all did not finish. So I think we are ready to go here. Also, so yeah, that is everybody, I believe. And let's bring in your top three here, and we'll start things off here with third place, Asher Bunkley. Asher, I know you'll absolutely take this one after a wild and dramatic ending. Take me through what happened from your perspective in the final laps plus overtime.
Dude, I don't even know, man. I was like, everybody was dying. I haven't had really a race I could say I'm proud of in a long ass time. Probably like last time I've had a race I could really say I was proud of was like February, January maybe. I needed something like this, and oh my gosh, dude. Everybody just started dying there, and I just kept my foot in it.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I'd like to give a shout-outs to my team owners, Michael Deitch, Henry Kalhoff, sponsor, Newest Racing Shop. Other sponsors you don't see as primarily there. You got Fort Worth, you got Impex, you got 213 Simware. All those guys, love them. Want to say thank you to Aaron, thank you to Corey Lyles, all my teammates that made this happen, and I'm really appreciative for them.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Great job, and best of luck next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Our second place finish, Christian Zarate, his best finish of the year, and he is with James.
Christian Zarate, James up here in the booth, and congratulations on second place. You finished 5th last time out here. How does that second place feel?
Man, I love Gateway, man. It's a shame it got ruined by my experience today, but I love Gateway. I'm never going to give up on this track. It's basically hometown track for me, being from Illinois. But yeah, I'm really proud of the team, really proud of the 99 crew. Again, thank you to Cash Culp for giving us a good strategy there at the end. It's a shame I'm not going to be able to race these next 2 races, man, but I'll tell you what, I think I made the most out of today.
Yeah, you definitely did. You really gave the 00 run for their money right at the end. You were there when it mattered, and really, really impressive stuff there. We're going to miss you the next couple races.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll be back, and we're going to be stronger than ever, and I'm going to have a mentality of steel, man. Can't wait.
We're excited to see that. Thank you so much, Zarate.
Yep, take care.
And
Second
we'll
place,
go
Christian
to
Zarate there.
Yes, absolutely. We'll go to your race winner and talk to Finnegan Myers. Finnegan, what a comeback. I got to ask you, when you had that spin there, did you think for a moment that was it, or what was going through your head?
Yeah, I figured it was it. Probably should have been it. If whatever happened at the end doesn't happen, we probably finish 8th or 9th with a damaged car yet again. So, yeah, nice to come home. Stat board says we won this one. Didn't lead as many laps as we should have, but nice to tally up another one.
Take me through those. First off, taking tires there on lap 112, 9 to go. You put yourself inside the top 10, and then all those cautions just seem to help you out at the same time, get some track position, and gain some extra spots there throughout each and every restart.
Yeah, we were probably the fastest car by a mile. We drove from like 28th to 3rd on the first run, and we were running down the leaders when the stage caution came out. So we had a great car, and then, per usual, got set back because of cautions and strategy, and then got wrecked twice, had a bunch of damage at the end, wouldn't turn, even though we were on new tires on that last run before the mayhem at the end. The front end and steering was junk, so had no rotation, so was probably going to bring it home 7th. And then got the caution at the end, and I was surprised when no one else pitted, so took 2. We're on new tires, started like 6th, and I think even if we only have 1 restart, I mean, we were on like 40-something lap newer tires, which we wouldn't know because we didn't really go that long, but it's pretty high tire wear track, so we were going to have a really good advantage and thought we had it in the bag, and then it devolved to what it was, and I think when we went into the first green white checker, I had like 15-something laps more fuel than I needed. I had plenty of fuel, and I parked on the front stretch with less than 2 laps left. So it says, I think, everything that needs to be said.
Well, next week we head to Legacy, Atlanta. Your thoughts going into that?
I will be checked out, not on the sim, enjoying the beach. So unbelievably excited for next week. So it's going to be great.
After this race tonight, I can completely understand that. So, who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It was a sweet, finally won in the Red Bull car, so that was pretty cool. So hopefully that looked pretty on the stream. So thank you to them. Thank you to Ryko, Battle Born and Raised, Edmonds Motorsports, Holy City, Gossett, all the guys at Sky High, teammates, all those guys that let us come out and do this. It's always fun. Love putting it in victory lane and giving a little bit back to them.
I do want to add, it was pretty cool watching 2 Red Bull cars up front battling for the win as well. So while you're not teammates, that's still, regardless, though, was pretty cool. So, all right, we'll let you go. Congratulations on the win, Finnegan, and enjoy the beach next week, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a nice night.
You as well. So Finnegan Myers, your race winner, second time in 2 weeks. He has put it in victory lane. So we head to Atlanta for next week. Legacy Atlanta at 9 p.m. right here on Precision Entertainment. James, final thoughts as we sign off.
That was a hard-fought one right at the end. We saw some really good battles. It was action-packed as far as incidents, and again, getting caught up in them didn't seem to stop our 0-0 there. And I'm really impressed that the spin and win was able to be done here at Gateway.
So with that, we bid adieu on this Saturday night. And on behalf of everyone here at Universal iRacing Series, our fine drivers, sponsors, and admins, DJ Lyon working in Mission Control, James Newton, my broadcast partner, Art Scala saying so long. This broadcast has been a presentation of Precision Entertainment. Congratulations to Finnegan Myers, back-to-back. He wins at Worldwide Technology Raceway. So long, everyone.